really fast, and I have the honor to close. I'm the last one. I have to say thank you to everyone because probably after we have to escape and run away. And I have to say also thank you to Fausto Galli, it's my co-author, who I can say try to give me this approach to this kind of problem. I am not a transport economist, I'm more an applied economist, but this way I'm interested in many stuff. And we have already a paper in transportation. So now this is the second paper on transportation. It's no more a coincidence, I mean. It's something that can go on and on. And then it's better to come to NECTAR and see what happens and what they say about it. First of all, the title is Italian seaport efficiency and merge analysis, because one of my main skills is studying efficiency. And then after merge analysis is something that is very fun because it's coming out during our study. You can see the outline, it's less important. If we want to speak about what is a port, probably everybody knows what is a port, and we think that the port is something that everybody knows. And probably we know also which will be the production function that produce a port. Then what are inputs and what are outputs and are produced by a port, by a seaport. But when you come to data, you find something really hard to understand. First of all, there are different kind of technology used in different ports. So probably they are not all on the same technologies, first of all. Second, many ports are specialized for some, but not all types of unload and boarding. That's some kind of ports that are simply containers, some others that are only for people, for passengers, and something like this. And this is a very problematic way to solve this problem. Then, what are the boundaries of port? Where is the beginning of port and where is finished the port? There is a board, a wall, not always, sometimes, but not always. Then, more than an organization, it seems that there is a coordinated network of organization. Then is leading the idea of value chains, and it's going through value installations, where firms, a lot of firms, are coordinating and they produce the service port. This is can be a really great problem for who want to analyze efficiency for seaports. Then we likely find something in the literature that help us in the first step, and is the Italian seaport systems. In the law in 1994 they decided to have a seaport authorities. It's not the only country that has something like this. And there are some authorities that go, let's say, have a lot of duties. They have developing planning of the port, they are in charge of scheduling, coordinating, promoting the control seaport procedures, then ordinary and extraordinary port maintenance, and all the stuff. So we have, at the end, likely, probably, someone who is in charge of the port. And we say, okay, if the organization of the seaport authority is well organized, is well funded, probably also the port is efficient. This is the idea. That is not my idea, but the idea of all people studying about seaport efficiency in Italy. And this, you can say, for us is a deus ex machina that saves us from to find all the stuff for each firm or each stakeholder or strategist that living in the port and using the port. Then this is the port authority, and this is all the stuff he comments in high sides, obviously. Then we have to analyze the efficiency of the port authority. And this is the long amounts of Italian transport industry they represented, and they have this advice for all stuff they have to do. Thanks to Musso for this enlightening imaging. Then, first of all, this is Taranto. This is also for people and it was touching all the style. is a map of Italy, and also for people who was curious to know the boot form of but we have also to see that there are some regional administration, and these are the 24 seaport authorities. Okay, I take different colors for sea authority that are in the same region, and you will see some elements that are really important. First was that there are different seaport in regions. Second was I think that was highlighted yesterday. It was in reality there are like a division of Italy in this sense. Okay, because there are mountains and there are no minimum communication about this site. Then we have the Adriatic coast and the Mediterranean coast. Okay, and this is a first kind of individual some subsamples. The second thing is there are a famous distinction between north and south. Also yesterday was highlighted, and then we can see also differences between the north seaport efficiency and south seaport efficiency. Lastly, we have also a different kind of port that are only for islands. Then you cannot think about all the stuff that can use to be in contact with the rest of Europe, because Italy is like a huge bridge from Africa, Asia, and also China to the rest of Europe. That's a very complicated but interesting stuff. Now, when you think about this, all these seaport authorities, we see that they are probably in competition among themselves. Very simple to think about this. Have to compete to lure goods, passengers, and obviously the higher the contiguity between seaport authorities, the higher is the competition among themselves. Okay. Then, surprise. Government decided to merge 8 of these seaport authorities. Okay, even they have not been the same identical regions, for example, like this or like this, also in different regions. But they decided to put them together. Then, usually, the advantage to have a competition is usually in 2 elements. First is in prices, okay, and the second is also the quality. If we decide to put together 2 port authorities, maybe we are decided also to eliminate the competition and then to give a higher price, or we can have also a lower level of the quality of the service of the port. Then, this is the main reason why studying this stuff, obviously. See, what is the differences between? If we want to have a merge, it's more convenient to have a merge or to leave competition doing this work. Then this is the problem we try to face in this case. And if you look at the literature review, we have a large number of papers working about seaport efficiency. But we are lucky because there is this paper is very close to us and is a wonderful survey of this study. In fact, here are all the stuff, all the methodology used by different papers, and obviously we found 18 papers working on data development analysis. That is what we are going to do. On the other hand, what kind of result find out by this literature is that high demand and the high sector grow. Simple, okay? Ports are more efficient than the public port. Small seaports are more efficient. This is quite strange, however. Then there is also another paper very important. It is by Analysis 2009. Who say, okay, we are going to use data, but watch out. There are some problems on this kind of stuff. Then, if we look at Italy, we have 2 main important papers. One is Barros, 2006, and the other one is D'Agostini April 2015. Then very close to us as period of analysis. But BIOS using the same kind of our data. Instead, D'Agostini used another data set, and in fact results appear to be very different because their main results are 95% and 85% of efficiency. Now let's see what does mean 95 or 85 or 4%. But merger analysis was never used for seaports. And instead it exists really, and it is also used by government to decide if it is convenient to put together some organization. Let's see, for some kind of a market it is regulated, or for some kind of also private, for example for banking was used, or for fisheries, or for public utilities, for example electricity industry, or railway sector in China, and something like this also hospital, schools. They decide, hey, have to put together to merge this kind of but never use it for seaport. This is good reason for us to use it from one side and see also what's happening. Then if you are familiar with their technology instead, the problem is we have a black box. We have to have an homogeneous subject that uses the same technology. And in our case we have seaports authorities. They have inputs and outputs, and they have technology. We have estimated the frontier of this technology, and we use to minimize input given the outputs, then the input side, let's call it. And we obtain a score that is complete range between 1 and 0. And in this sense, we have the percentage. 7.95 is the average of all the scores, and 0.84, what we see before, is the average of these scores. This was developed by Chinese tool. Let's see, a little bit difficult stuff is that usually we have to decide if the technology is a constant return to scale, that is someone who can replicate at any size the best practice, or we can have variable return to scales. Then not all the best practice, those are on the frontiers, can be replicated. And these are this kind of solution. The problems stay shallow to not create the problem. But we also can test which kind of technology we can use. Constant return to scale, or variable return to scale, or increase, not increase, and we did it. This case. Then we arrive to the new that probably doesn't know, and this is the problem of merge. Then we have to understand that it is a ex-ante analysis. So we estimated the technology, the frontier, and after we simulate the behavior of the mergers. So we have new technology estimated at the first step, and second step we find all the stuff that can be merged, and we compare the results with the existing frontier we have estimated. This is the idea. And what are the news about this? Probably merging means not only a problem of size, I mean also for variable return to scale. Maybe there is a size effect that is also taken into account in this case here, but can be also a learning effect. That is, we are both inefficient, we merge together, but we have potentially the possibility to learn from each other. Okay, and then in this sense we have potential increase in efficiency. Moreover, we can have also, let's say, harmony effects. This is the idea of economy of scopes. If we have more inputs and more outputs, we can combine it differently because we are together. The combination of this kind of inputs, okay, and we obtain obviously improving also in this sense. Okay. Then these are the ideas behind budget of N1 2005. In ex-ante analysis, we don't have data for after the merger, but also we can have another paper, obviously, that can use it after we have the data. Then we collect the data between transport ministry reports. It is for each year from 2006 to 2016. Okay. We estimated input-oriented models with the three inputs: number of workers, investments, and other costs. Four outputs that are liquid bulk, dry bulk, passengers, and containers. All the quantitative stuff, expression output is the investment, the cost will be declared. Here we had a little gap that we follow in the next problem we have to face. There are a lot of some ports don't have like dry bulks or containers or otherwise other kind of outputs. They have only some of them, and this can be a problem, okay, on efficiency estimator. So we tried a way, and we postponed the problem to the next paper in this sense. And this is very interesting because in reality many problems are postponed and there are many papers we can work on. If we look at the average results, forget about cost and return to scale, because we found that we tested for variable return to scale and increasing return to scales. We found that we have an average about 76%. Okay, this is the estimated frontiers, okay, which I have to compare with the majors. Then we have this, and we also see that the scale return to scale, the scale efficiency is about 0.88%. If we compare with the results of Barros and Agostini, we see something similar because they are very different results. We found a lower level of scale efficiency and a higher level of scale efficiency. What does it mean? It does mean that we have a lower capacity to produce, but it's not size our problems. Can be part of the problems because it's not one, it is the maximum, but it's part of the problem. We see all different stuff. We see in particular in the range of time what happens. This is by the black one is the whole analysis of score in the period to analyze it. And we see there is a decreasing level of efficiency in time. This is the main problem that we have to face, or better, that the ministry has to face. The decreasing, but at the decreasing level, also for Adriatic and Tyrrhenic, we see more or less at the same path. Instead, for the efficiency, for scale efficiency, that means size, we have a great problem for Tyrrhenic, sorry, for the Adriatic, but not for Tyrrhenic Sea. Okay. Moreover, if we compare now north with south, we found that the south is more efficient than north. More efficient than north. Then this is quite strange, but also the problem is not in the return of scale. It also comparing the island. These are only island. We'll see it's not a problem of scoring or probably a problem of scale efficiency. If we find the three effects, we see that the efficiency of the mergers can be divided, in fact, not only in scale efficiency, but also in harmony and learning effect, as I said before. Then we have the two effects are relevant in explain why they put together all the mergers. So the conclusion are almost clear about this. All the effects are relevant. We found the value return to scale prevalence of increase return to scale, and the sports government intervention to this. But the most important thing is the open agenda. Then we have also to check about robust bias, by Simon Wilson. We have to do a post analysis. We have to introducing the zeros, we analyzing with the Cook tool methods, and we want to also use their network analysis to estimate the efficiency of value constellation with cow in 2005. So thank you.
Thank you very much. The floor is open for questions. Well, I have a question because you were mentioning, I think this fact of merging is really important because you know, real trade flows happen in huge ports. I had the opportunity to visit, I don't remember, it's close, Jerry, it's close to Shanghai. I don't remember the name of the port. It's like 200 kilometers south of Shanghai, where you have built this island, which is a 36-kilometer bridge to get you to the island, where you have 98 crane operators. You know, it's a huge container port. So I think there is an issue really linked. I mean, if you look at the northern range ports, you know, there is a big problem in terms of size. It is, you know, for international seaport transportation, and what China is doing is concentrating more and more you know, investment in a smaller amount of ports, but building them much bigger. So I think it really depends also on the typology of ports we are considering. That was the time out for the presentation. I don't know if you like tango, but that's my favorite. And so it really, I think, depends on what type of ports. And also the question you were mentioning, that the closer they are, the higher the competition. I think that may be true in principle, but in practice you would also have to look at port specialization, because that is what ports are doing, the efficient ones. I mean, you're dealing with like general commodities, or are you dealing with containers? Are you a transshipment port, or are you another type of port, like a final destination port? So I think you would have, you know, a suggestion I give is also to look at ports in more detail, given the type of flows that are characterizing them, because, you know, you get higher efficiency by higher quality and specialized investments. And, you know, you may have two very close by ports, one specializing, I don't know, in containers and the other one in tourism. So, and there would be zero competition because they are operating in different market segments. So that's, I know nothing about ports. I mean, this is just an overall consideration.
The problem is who is governing the seaport? Okay,
that's a very big question.
Here we have
in the Italian context.
Then she'd say, okay, putting together, you do this and you do that.
Exactly.
We can do this. But if you have no one is governing the port, then it's impossible to have a coordination of this kind. And then there is also some people say, okay, these are containers, but I want to come also by ship there.
If we
why I cannot do it?
That's true. I mean, if we don't get a coordination, we will get the Chinese coordinating us, because they will just pick, you know, a given port and say, look, this is going to be for our containers. So that will, if you don't choose it yourself, there will be someone else choosing it for you.
I have only little doubt about one thing, because of using the seaport authorities. Instead we are evaluating this organization. And the thing that is coming out, that probably next time, it is okay, we have a crisis. We probably will have less output. I mean, less output. And but we have that the organization is like frozen. You cannot change the number of workers, they don't change the number of stuff, and they remain the same. For this reason, probably they lost efficiency in this case. Less output, but they don't move inputs. Maybe in China it's different.
I mean, they have a growth issue there.
Well,
Okay, any other questions? Okay, so we thank you for your